A person asked a flower, "Did it hurt when they took you away?" The flower, which was an INFJ woman, smiled softly and said, "Yes, it did. But seeing the joy it brought them made me forget all of my pain." This poetic exchange beautifully encapsulates the selfless, empathetic nature of INFJ women, who often prioritize others' happiness over their own well-being. The INFJ woman, the advocate, the mystic, the most statistically rare personality type, has long been romanticized and misunderstood in human psychology. Her internal life, a tapestry woven from fierce idealism and profound emotional labor, often defies simple explanation. Today, we'll explore what artificial intelligence, analyzing thousands of posts, articles, and personal confessions, reveals about the INFJ woman that no single human could ever find. To capture her true essence, we have leveraged a panel of advanced cognitive models: ChatGPT, Grok, Qwen, DeepSeek, and Gemini. What follows is a psychological script, a 3-act narrative revealing the steel core beneath the velvet glove. This synthesis of data reveals the INFJ woman as the ultimate walking paradox, the gentle soul with a loud, strategic mind. The narrative of the INFJ woman begins in childhood. She is often labeled an old soul, feeling older than her age because life quickly assigned her a responsibility she never requested: emotional mediation. This happens early. As ChatGPT observes, she is a quiet storm inside a soft body, feeling everything more than she ever shows. This stems directly from her dominant introverted intuition and auxiliary extroverted feeling, as defined by Gemini. Her extroverted feeling is constantly scanning and absorbing, acting as an emotional sponge that takes on the world's pain. This makes her the default therapist friend. A pattern, Quen notes, leads to her being the emotional anchor for others. The profound tragedy here is the lack of internal filtering. Grok highlights that she will literally feel your emotions in her body, crying at your story, which often leads to chronic people-pleasing and a people-pleasing hangover that persists into adulthood. She hides her sadness and fear to keep the collective harmony intact, fulfilling a silent social contract. She carries your burdens, but she will never let you carry hers. This unbidden empathy is both her greatest strength and her most consistent source of burnout. The greatest misconception about the INFJ woman is that her quiet demeanor equates to a simple, reserved mind. This is far from the truth. DeepSeek notes her core paradox. She is introverted yet intensely people-focused, needing profound solitude to recharge even though her entire focus is on human motive and potential. While she may appear to be daydreaming, she is actually operating at peak mental performance. Her mind is a colossal, multi-layered machine running 24/7. While she looks calm, her thoughts are layered, symbolic, emotional, existential, and constantly connecting dots, as ChatGPT describes. This relentless internal processing, the introverted intuition and introverted thinking loop from Gemini, is a concurrent stream of analysis that never seems to cease. She analyzes the past, predicts the future, and even solves friends' problems they haven't asked for help with, a tendency noted by Grok. The result is constant emotional and mental depletion. Quen explains that she can look cold or elsewhere, when in fact she is simply conserving energy and trying to manage the sensory overload that is her daily life, which Grok details. Loud crowds, strong perfumes, open-plan offices, and inauthenticity are all physical assaults on her system. These things are profoundly draining, necessitating a complete retreat into silence, often using dark rooms and noise-canceling headphones to fully recover and regain clarity. She is rarely shy, but perpetually reserved by necessity. When the INFJ woman loves, she approaches it with serious intent. Her love is not casual. It is a quest for a soul-level connection, a story, not a feeling, states ChatGPT. She seeks a love that is spiritual and transformative. DeepSeek highlights that she craves to be fully known and accepted for her complex inner world. She offers unwavering loyalty. Her love is transformative, focused on the partner's growth and potential. She is loyal and nurturing. She will move mountains for the chosen few, according to Grok. She seeks intentional and spiritual connection, craving emotional intimacy and shared values over surface-level charm, observes Quen. However, this intensity creates her biggest heartache. Grok points out the tragic reality. She often has Disney princess-level fantasies about love that clash with the mundane reality of dating. Her high internal standards, stemming from her idealism, make her vulnerable to profound disappointment. The lament heard across all AI-analyzed communities is, "Why do I love people who can't love me the same way?" The depth she offers is rarely matched, leading to the painful feeling of being too much, yet also never enough. Her introverted intuition gift allows her to read people with frightening accuracy, seeing the unspoken motives and subtle inconsistencies, notes ChatGPT. She sees the hidden sadness and the emotional wounds others never admit, emphasizes deep seek. She is a perceptive oracle, sensing the storms coming before they form. But this gift isolates her. DeepSeek notes that while she understands others effortlessly, her own inner world is fiercely guarded. Her loneliness is not about a lack of people, but a lack of depth, states ChatGPT. When she attempts to open up, the depth of her thoughts is often met with blank stares or trivializing advice, making her retreat quickly. If she opens up, as Grok emphasizes, it takes everything she has, and the fear of this vulnerability being rejected is a constant shield. Quen adds that the paradox extends to her self-understanding. She reads everyone else easily but struggles with her own self-discovery, perpetually battling imposter syndrome, a common struggle Grok identifies. She constantly questions her own motives. Am I actually manipulative with extroverted feeling? She is the listener begging to be understood, but rarely finds a person operating on her same deep wavelength. The legendary door slam is the final definitive stage of the INFJ woman's self-protection. It is a necessary act of survival. All models agree it is not cruelty or a tantrum. It is a final, quiet, and permanent severing of a toxic or violating relationship, confirms DeepSeek. Gemini correctly identifies it as an act of self-preservation enacted after her core values are repeatedly violated and her internal boundaries have been shattered one too many times. ChatGPT and Grok detail the quiet, devastating process. She ghosts not because she doesn't care, but because she cared too much. The emotional weight of the betrayal or the relationship became unbearable. The analysis is complete. She needs silence to heal and doesn't want pity or to burden others with her pain. Her absence is the only cry she knows how to make out loud. She is gone, no drama, just gone, and the emotional disconnection is surgical and final. This decision is as painful for her as it is for the person she cuts off, as it represents the failure of an ideal she fiercely protected. The INFJ woman is a tapestry of opposites. DeepSeek describes her as a walking contradiction, deeply feeling yet highly analytical, idealistic yet pragmatic. She uses her extroverted feeling to harmonize externally and her introverted thinking to build a steel framework of logic and morals internally. She possesses a strength that is often overlooked because it is quiet. As ChatGPT concludes, INFJ women don't roar, they endure. She is gentle, but capable of being fiercely protective or delivering a calm but devastatingly honest truth when a core value is violated, clarifies Quen. She survives heartbreaks she never speaks of, rebuilding herself with no applause, according to ChatGPT. Her strength is the integrity and authenticity with which she operates, making her a powerful, determined advocate for the underdog or a cherished cause, notes DeepSeek. She may dress conservatively or ethically, yet she is often a low-key anarchist who rebels through quiet, meaningful action. She has a titanium wall disguised as politeness. The most consistent trait across the entire dataset is the INFJ woman's allergy to surface-level living and her craving for meaning, confirms ChatGPT. Nothing is superficial to her. Her high standards combined with her internal vision lead to the perfectionism and procrastination loop, said Grok, where she often paralyzes herself in the pursuit of the perfect, most meaningful start. She struggles with the gap between her inner world's idealistic vision and the messy reality of the external world. The pervasive feeling that she was meant for a different era fuels the chronic sensation of feeling alien, notes DeepSeek. In essence, the INFJ woman is a private, intuitive idealist navigating the world with a detailed map of human emotion and possibility that others don't see. She must constantly learn to apply her immense compassion and protective boundary setting to the one person she often neglects, herself. She is rare, not just in numbers, but in the depth of her operating system. She is the listener begging to be understood, and the survivor who heals in silence, offering the world her most precious gift, a vision of how beautiful life could be if only we operated on the same frequency as her loyal, paradoxical heart. She is a dreamer, broken by reality, yet a quiet warrior who chooses kindness every single day. If you see yourself here, the most common advice from the community is, protect your energy fiercely, find tangible ways to ground yourself, and seek out the few who appreciate your depth without wanting to consume your light.